Hello and welcome to the wrist warm-up. So we're just going to be running through a couple of my preferred wrist warm-up drills. Feel free to take what you like and leave what you don't, okay? It's always going to be different what you prefer. I'm just going to run you through the things that I like to do and then you can make it your own. So with handstanding and the wrists, you really want to make sure that they're warmed up, particularly in the winter months when it's really cold and everything's real stiff. Okay, so make sure you do this as much as you need to ensure that the wrists are nice and warm and we're not going to be aggravating them by putting our whole body weight on them. All right, so first thing I like to do is just come down onto the ground, spread the fingers nice and wide, externally rotate through the elbows, so your inner elbow is pointing forward, and then you're just going to lean over your wrists. You lean forward in this position for 2 to 3 seconds and then press back. We're just going to go through that 6 times. 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to turn our hands out to the sides and we're going to lean from side to side and we're going to slowly step our hands closer together until the hands meet in the middle, and then we can step them back out to where we began. All right, so slowly stepping them out now. Now we're going to turn our fingers to face us and we're going to lean backwards. So we're sending our hips towards our heels and getting a stretch this way. 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to come on to the backs of our fists. So back of your hand's going to be on the ground and we're going to be in a fist position with the knuckles together. From here, we're going to lift our elbows off the ground and try to come all the way through to external rotation. So the inner elbow is facing forward here. Now you might find that you get to a point and it's not going anywhere. So at that point, you're going to slowly let go of your fingers and you should be able to continue through until your arms are fully straightened out. Your fingers might be like this right now, so completely relaxed palms. If that's the case, that's fine. You just want to keep just enough tension on so that you can move through that position. And eventually you'll be able to do it with full clenched fist. Okay, now we're going to go back to the start position. So our fingers are spread wide, palms fully flat on the ground. And from here, we're going to keep our fingers and our knuckles on the ground whilst we just lift up the palms. So we're going to do that 6 times. 4, 5, 6. Now on the 6th here, we're going to keep our palms off the ground and we're going to roll through the knuckles. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right, just a couple more here. So this time we're going to be squeezing the ground, okay? So you're trying to drag the fingers in towards the palm and we're going to be stepping and squeezing and rotating the hands. And then we step and squeeze them out. All the way around as far as we can. Really, really try to focus on the squeezing of the ground and creating spider fingers, okay? It's an important aspect, particularly for handstands. Right, last one I like to call the wrist relief exercise, and it's one that you can adopt whenever you're finding that your wrists are getting a bit fatigued during your handstand practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to be trying to squash this part of our arm, okay, with the backs of our legs. So we're going to come into this semi-squat position and put our hands behind our knees, and then we're going to come down into a deep squat on top of them. You should find that your hands have been forced into a fist, okay? And from here, you're just going to try to open your fingers up. It should be a bit challenging. You get them until they're completely straight, and then you relax, and it should pop back. Okay, we're just going to do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's my preferred wrist warm-up sequence. If you feel like your wrist is still not warm, roll through it again or play with some other things. Shaking them out, pretending you're trying to get water off your hands, rolling them around. These are all useful tools for warming up your wrists.